Throughout history, each culture has developed a distinctive cuisine. But on every continent, there's a common thread, a staple that's so ingrained in our diets that we tend not to notice it.
Bread is the foundation of our daily meals. It's the #1 food on the tables of people all over the world. And for a good reason. It's the most economical source of the elements needed to provide energy and help build strong bodies. It is wholesome, tasty, and although man doth not live by bread alone, without it a meal seems incomplete.
And one Cincinnati bakery has kept its bread and its ideas fresh for over 100 years.
Klosterman is a family-owned wholesale baking company. We're located in the Midwest, headquartered in Cincinnati, Ohio. We produce 300 different varieties of bread, buns, and rolls every day for customers throughout the Midwest and across the United States.
Klosterman Baking Company started with Frau Klosterman in the 1840s, and she was recognized for her baking ability by the King of Prussia, and he actually gave her a decoration for her bread baking skills. Then her great-grandson, Frank Klosterman, started Klosterman Baking Company in Cincinnati, Ohio in 1892. The first products that Frank sold were French bread and rolls, and he started out by hand-delivering those items. Then he finally earned enough money to get his first truck. And our family's always been kind of creative. So Frank had this great idea that he would paint one side of the truck red and the other side of the truck blue. So when it went up the street, it was a red truck. When it came down the street, it was a blue truck. And everybody thought we were a really big bakery because we had 2 trucks.
And that kind of creativity has passed through 4 generations of Klostermans, who've needed to grow and adapt to an ever-changing culture.
Society's changed quite a bit, and if you think about how we used to eat bread 30, 40 years ago, there would have been a large loaf of bread on the table at every meal. People would take their meals together. This loaf of bread also would have been made into sandwiches for school or for work. And times have changed. People eat out a lot more than they ever did. Families aren't the same. You've got a working mother, you have smaller families. Klosterman Bakery has grown as a company by taking some educated risks. We've always been, as I said before, very creative in our thinking. We've had a lot of firsts in the Ohio area. We were the first to have sliced bread, the first to have wrapped bread, the first foot-long.
And their latest addition might just be the best thing since, well, sliced bread.
The half loaf was created because it would give people an opportunity to have 2 different breads. If they wanted a white bread or a wheat bread, they could have a smaller loaf without having the waste. If they were a smaller family, they didn't have to throw away a half a loaf of bread like so many people do, or freeze bread, or make bread pudding, or whatever the situation was.
But with all these new products and changes, Klosterman bread has remained surprisingly consistent.
Some of our recipes have remained consistent throughout time, so there are some products that you can get, and they've been tweaked a little bit to have a little longer shelf life, but some of our items certainly have been around since 1892.
People have to eat, but I'm very well aware they don't have to eat Klosterman bread. And so we have to be reminded constantly to take care of our customer, to meet their needs. And that's why we've been around all these years, is meeting our customers' needs. If you want to make the best bread, you have to have the best ingredients. And a lot of our ingredients, actually 99% of our ingredients, are either made or grown right here in the United States. But if you can keep it secret, really the secret ingredient are the people. And I'm fortunate to have such a big family to work with.
And with the comforting scent of baking bread, it certainly smells like home.
One of my favorite stories, this was probably, when I was in college, was traveling to the East Coast to visit a bakery. I was with my sister and my father and our vice president of sales, and as we were looking for the bakery, he said, you know, we're lost, we don't know where it is, but he rolled down the window and said, I can smell that bakery and I know where to go, so we're going to head down this street. And he stopped a little while later and he rolled down a window. I think we need to turn here. Then he drove right up to the bakery, and you know, he really fooled my sister and I. We thought he was smelling his way to the bakery. Of course, he knew how to get there all along. I have a lot of fond memories growing up in the bakery business.
It's a family-owned business. That hasn't changed, and we don't want it to change. And we're looking forward to carrying it on to the fifth-generation company. I have 3 nieces that are very excited about getting involved in the business as well.